A lot has been spoken about how MS Dhoni, despite his advanced age and the fact that his international career ended all the way back in 2020, is still playing IPL cricket, and that's despite the fact that obviously he's growing older every single year. And the fact is, he's not playing any other form of cricket. So it's just 2 months of IPL, hibernation, then 2 months of IPL, rinse and repeat. The fact that he can still continue playing at this level, very impressive indeed. And if he does play, and there's no reason why he won't, against the Royal Challengers Bangalore in the opening IPL game, then he will end up becoming or joining a rather select list of the oldest players to have ever played an Indian Premier League game. In fact, he'll be right up there in the top 5. He will be in 3rd position. But who exactly are the other players who have defied, let's say, he's defied father time and ensured that their playing career continued on despite or in spite of an age that most people thought, no, there's no way they can be playing here, yet that's exactly what they did. Dhoni, of course, not the oldest player yet, although don't put it past him for breaking that record too, but as I said, in 3rd place. Let's take a look at who the other 4 are. The oldest player to have ever played the IPL is Brad Hogg, whose last IPL game came when he was 45 years and 92 days. You heard that right, 45 years and 92 days. That means he just about celebrated his 45th birthday and he was playing an IPL match. Now, Brad Hogg's name here might seem a little bit of surprise if you don't remember the fact that Hogg did have something of a second wind in his career. He had retired initially, then came back to cricket, did well in the Big Bash League, then did well for Australia. Imagine getting a recall for Australia in your late 30s, and then had a couple of good seasons in the IPL as well. And even then, he wasn't playing every game, but the games he did play had a massive impact, whether it be for the RR franchise that he first played for or KKR, whom he later played for. And speaking of RR and KKR, the next person on this list, well, he happens to have been associated with both franchises in one way or the other, Pravin Tambe. Now, Tambe was 44 years and 219 days when he played his last IPL game, meaning that he's still very much second on this particular list. And what's impressive is that when you remember that Tambe is someone who only started playing IPL cricket in his early 40s, despite not having much first-class experience at that point in time. He was the definition of a late bloomer, and his IPL career best remembered perhaps for that hat-trick that he took against the KKR. Now, he was also selected by KKR in the 2020 IPL auction, but unfortunately was found in breach of BCCI regulations as he'd played a T10 overseas league and therefore wasn't handed an NOC to play for KKR. But if he had actually gotten that, then he would have actually been the record breaker on this particular list. Number 3, as we already spoke about, MS Dhoni. What is there to say about MS that hasn't been said at this point? He's been associated with the IPL as a marquee figure since it started. I mean, this is a guy who was, the T20 captain, or the man who led India to T20 World Cup glory when he became the captain of CSK. And he's still the captain of CSK and still the only man to have ever won a T20 World Cup for India as captain. The fact is, he's no longer the captain now. He's relinquished that role and Rituraj Gaikwad will be taking over. But the fact that he's still playing, astounding. And even if he retires after the end of the season, which many of us are suspecting, he would still be the 3rd oldest player, because again, add about 2 months to this, and that's exactly where we will be when his IPL career potentially comes to an end. I say potentially because there's been no official confirmation yet. At number 4 on this list is Muralitharan, another player who defied, let's say, age, and obviously despite not being the most athletic or the best fielders, his skill when it came to being able to spin a ball both ways remained unrivaled and undiminished even as age caught up with him, which is why he was playing IPL till the ripe old age of 42 years old. In fact, the last franchise he played for was the Royal Challengers Bangalore. Prior to that, he had played for CSK. He'd also played for the Kochi Tuskers Kerala, the short-lived Kochi franchise. I'm sure you remember them. He played for all those franchises, and even after his IPL career was done, he did end up playing a few good years in the BBL and for even the CPL. So he's had plenty of time, and even his IPL career, as I said, 42 years old, 4th on this list. But who's 5th on this list? Incidentally, another spinner who, like Murli, was associated with CSK. Imran Tahir, 5th on this list, rounding off our top 5. and was 42 years old in 29 days when he played his final IPL game in 2021. So Tahir is another one who in many ways could be considered a CSK legend, was part of a team that won 2 IPLs, and of course made it to the finals as well in 2019. So there's obviously plenty of good moments that Tahir had, but Tahir also, like fine wine, got better with age. In fact, is still playing in certain domestic leagues. So even though he's obviously older than what he was when he made his last IPL appearance, he's definitely not lost the hunger to bamboozle batters with the kind of spin bowling that he was a master of. Now, what's interesting about this list, as we pointed out, that besides Dhoni, all 4 other players on the top 5 are all spin bowlers. Very, very interesting, but it does show you that spin bowling is something that's very much based on mastery of art. Now though, Dhoni could potentially be bookending that list, because again, I see no reason why he won't be playing against RCB, and could very well become the 3rd oldest IPL player in the history of the tournament. An amazing record indeed, and many would hope that he could go on to potentially even break that record. Do you think that will happen though? You can let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon. Follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget to download the SportsTak app, and if you're already on the channel, go ahead, check out some other videos we've posted as well. For now, from my side though, it is goodbye.